to the Johnny B Show.
I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. Wondering who's stuck in your head at night. Wonder if I ever cross your mind. Keeping you up in your bed at night. I've been thinking about you. I can't get you off the brain. Loving you is something strange. So strange. Don't get me wrong, I ain't complaining. I've been thinking about you.
Welcome back to the Johnny B Show. Hour number 2 on this beautiful Monday night.
What the hell is this?
Pardon me?
What is this?
This is Russell Wilson's wife. Show some respect.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Russell Wilson is?
Is he that hip-hop mogul?
Yep. Yo, that's exactly who he is. Yeah. Yep.
I
so good.
Look, I said this earlier tonight, and I stand by this. Anna is the most intelligent idiot I know.
I don't know who people are. That doesn't mean I'm dumb.
That's what I mean. Like, you're very smart.
But it has nothing to do with being smart or not smart. It's just I'm not exposed to certain things.
Well, I mean, you do talk radio. It'd be nice if you knew who, like, major celebrities were, like
Russell Wilson?
Yep.
I thought he was the hip-hop mogul.
No, that's
She's right.
Russell.
Come on.
No, it's not.
Who's that?
Russell Simmons?
I was close. I was half right.
No, you are not. There's a lot of Russells out there.
I was going to say, there's a lot of Russells in
Russell
the hip-hop
Stover.
business.
You know who Russell Stover is?
Yeah, he does the stovetop.
See? She's the most intelligent moron in the world.
You like chocolate? Russell Stover chocolate?
What a dumbass! Oh my God! He does
Maybe it's just my imagination.
Oh, the artist here is Sierra.
Boy, I've been thinking about you.
I know that person.
Yeah, she's married to Russell Wilson, who is the quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks.
1-2 step. Goodies. I'm familiar.
Oh, sweet. I'm very proud of you. Were you eating stovetop while you were listening to her jams?
I've been thinking about you.
Unbelievable. Rhett Matthews here. What's up, buddy?
Yes, I am. How you doing, Johnny?
I'm a lot like you probably today. You know, I'm trying not to let an NFL franchise ruin my week. I tried to get over yesterday as quickly as possible by eating a whole slab of ribs all by myself.
Those ribs look pretty killer, man. I saw them on your story.
Yeah, I put them out there to
good.
give people food boners. They were really, really good, by the way. Bacon-encrusted Dr. Pepper barbecue ribs. Yeah, get it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. And macaroni and cheese that I did not make, but we bought from Costco because their mac and cheese is the best. I suggest if you have a Costco card, go to the deli, get their mac and cheese. That's all you gotta do is throw it in the oven for like 45 minutes. Got like all this cheese and all this mac. 727-579-1025 800-771-1025. So we have Rhett here every Monday. Rhett is the host of the award-winning Cannon Fire podcast.
Bless.
Bless
Wow,
you.
bless you.
I hit the cough button instead of the sneeze button. Man, that was crazy. It's like I'm allergic to...
Why would it be any different?
I was just kidding.
Oh,
Wow. You're on fire tonight, Anna.
thanks.
Ooh, I just sneezed so hard I'm seeing the little fireflies in front of my eyes. Is that
Nice.
normal?
No.
Am I having a stroke right now?
Possibly.
Oh, yeah. But Rhett is here. We do the Bucs Break every Monday night at 10 o'clock. Whether they win or lose, we discuss the Buccaneers, and then we make predictions for next week and all that stuff. So with no further ado, let's get right into the depressing talk that happened yesterday. Rhett,
Who you with, dog? With the Bucs, dog.
I'm with the Bucs, too. I'm with the Bucs,
Don't we need
dog.
sad music?
You crazy?
I was going to do that, but
I'm talking about the Bucs, yo. Welcome to
yeah, you're right. So
There you go.
the Bucs played the New York Giants yesterday.
They sure did.
6.5-point favorites. It's one of those games that I would have put my entire paycheck.
That's not that much.
I have more than one job.
That's
okay?
true. That's true.
But I would have put the good paycheck, not this one,
Oh.
the other one.
Oh, okay.
I would have put that paycheck on the Bucs winning with a money line because I was just that confident.
And it was a game that I didn't want to get myself too confident, but Johnny, after that first half of football,
Yeah.
you're leading 28-10 headed into the third quarter.
Jameis Winston was just slicing those dudes up. Like, he was gashing them for 15, 20 yards, sometimes 40, 50-yard strikes.
First half statistics for Mike Evans, a guy who we were worried didn't show up these first 2 weeks.
So he was sick.
163 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah, so you would figure with that, he would end the game with at least 5 touchdowns and, I don't know, 250 yards probably.
Oh, no.
No?
On the defensive side of the ball, Shaq Barrett, 4 sacks,
Yep, 1
2
strip.
forced fumbles.
Oh, was it 2? Okay, yeah.
2 forced fumbles, making a case to be NFC Defensive Player of the Week 2 times in a row.
Oh, he better be.
And the Buccaneers still found a way to let it go and lose.
Oh, you're leaving out a couple other things. The number 1 running back in the league gets held to, I don't know, I didn't look at the stats, but I'm
11
guessing
yards.
11 yards on what, 7, 8 carries?
Yep.
And we put him out of the game. Not that I root for people to get injured, but that's a statement. He's out 4 to 8 weeks now. And so we shut down the best running back in the game. And this isn't the first time. I mean, we shut down the top 3 running back last week with Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
So win or lose, the Bucs' run defense is legit.
Absolutely.
But we do all of that. Like, if you were to tell me before the game all these stats, hey, Johnny, Jameis is going to have 1 turnover. He is going to throw for
Almost 400 yards.
almost 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Saquon Barkley is going to have 11 yards, and Mike Evans is going to have 160-something yards, 3 touchdowns.
I think he finished with 190 overall on the day.
Yeah. Shaq Barrett's going to have 4 sacks. I go, oh, we won that game by 3 touchdowns. How the hell do we lose this game? This is such a head scratcher for me. For the last 24 hours, I still cannot believe it. And it's so sad that this has just become our reality as Bucs fans. For the last 12 years, we just come to expect it. It's almost like we're not shocked anymore. And then to have it done by a bad team. It wasn't even like we were shocking the world and beating like the Saints like this or something like that. This is the Giants. It's so sad, Rhett.
And the funniest part, too, is that my co-host Evan on CFP, he sends me a text at halftime. And he says, still got a half. Curious to see adjustments by both teams.
18-point lead.
Because I was giving him crap. He told me he was nervous about this game. We're up 18 points. I'm feeling good. And I'm, messing with him. I'm like, and you were nervous. He said, I'll say it's a W if they stop him on defense and they score on offense. Nonetheless, very well done. First play of the third quarter, a 75-yard touchdown to Evan Ingram. That's okay. We're still good.
Yeah.
Still a 2-possession game. Just stop them on offense and score a touchdown.
They can't stop us.
Exactly.
So let's have a shootout with a 2-score lead.
Evan texts me as soon as that happens. He said, here we go. This game is going to come down to the wire.
Oh, man.
And I said, no, it's not. And he said, just keep watching. Everything is starting to unravel. And I told him, have some confidence in this team. I believe they can get it done. I was truly confident that Bruce Arians had these guys with a mentality of, we're going to win this game because it's our game to lose.
Yeah. I thought also, and I said this to my girlfriend sitting on the couch with her, not that she was paying attention to the game. She was on her phone, scrolling social media or something like she should. But I said to her, because she's all I had to talk to, I said, Bruce Arians isn't going to sit around and play conservative. He's going to tell Byron Leftwich to keep the pedal down, and we're going to do like the Ravens did the Dolphins, and we're going to score 59 points on these jokers. There's no way they can stop us. O.J. Howard's wide open in the seam. Mike Evans, they can't even come close to stopping him, and for some reason, these morons are single covering one of the best receivers in the league, absolutely the best receiver yesterday in the league. I said, we're going to murder these guys. And now Rojo's gashing them. They can't stop us. We didn't punt the ball until the third quarter. I go, they can't stop us. We're about to run it up on these bitches. And I was dead wrong. It was like Lovie Smith came back for the second half and says, I got this, y'all. Take the second half off. I got this coaching thing down. Nah, I know I've ruined in Indiana or Illinois, wherever the hell he's at. Is it Illinois?
Illinois.
Yeah. Oof, boy, it's bad. But I was blown away by the play calling. I was blown away that we knock out this the number one running back in the league, and we don't adjust our defense to stop the pass. And they have Shepard, and they have stupid.
Evan Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram. Thank you.
What I saw from this Buccaneers team is it seemed like they game planned everything they had into stopping Saquon Barkley. And once that was done, they just didn't know how to make the adjustments. It just wasn't there. It just fell apart. They're like, what do we do now? And we're on the field with their thumbs up their ass for the whole second half.
Oh, no.
The
True.
secondary
Right up
in
there.
particular.
Yeah. The thing that upset me the most, obviously, Matt Gay missing those kicks.
Yeah.
But the thing that upset me the most was that fourth down play where Jones ran in the touchdown. They're in man coverage. And I'm not trying to sound like a know-it-all, but I did coach youth football. I was a defensive coordinator for 13-year-olds. And it's pretty common knowledge that you don't run man in the red zone, especially inside the 10-yard line. And I talked about this with you off air. Last week when we stopped Christian McCaffrey, they were expecting man. I don't know why, but we were running zone, and that's how we stopped him. As soon as I saw it was man, I screamed at my girlfriend who was not watching the television. He's about to run I said walk in. I said, Daniel Jones is about to walk into the end zone.
And he sure
He
is
practically did, because anybody that has played football past middle school knows that isn't automatic. And then I heard Chris Meyer say, oh, what a heads-up play. Guys, if you're listening to us right now, that was not a heads-up play. That was a planned run. The quarterback was told, if they're running man, look to run this ball in. You're going to be wide open. If they're running zone, then you're going to do a hot read slant because that will beat the zone. I'm not saying I know how to coach better than these guys,
But
that just seemed pretty simple to me. I mean, I don't get it. But then everybody's poo-pooing on Jameis. Everybody I talked to today, Jameis sucks. I'm like, look at the stat line. They're like, yeah, well, he still sucks. I go, no, you suck because you don't know what you're talking about. And then he does what everybody wants him to do. With 1 minute and 26 seconds left, he drives the team down, not just in field goal range, to the 9 goddamn yard line.
That
And
throw to
they-
Evans was great.
In basically one play.
Yeah.
But all day long, he was hitting the deep pass. Did you hear any of these bitches screaming about how he can't throw the deep ball yesterday?
hell yeah.
No, instead they're giving all the credit to Mike Evans.
People blaming Jameis Winston for this loss just do not watch football. It's as simple as that.
They're racist. Some of them really are. But that's the truth. But yeah, he did what he was supposed to do. And then we get up there, and then I don't want to talk smack about Bruce Arians. I really like him. But I don't understand going 7 yards back. I don't understand it. Now, I know I read something from Greg Auman that said that it wasn't really a planned delay a game, that they were up against it and they were going to get the delay and they didn't want to use their timeout. So
He kind of contradicted himself today about it, because yesterday, immediately after the game, he's like, yep, we plan to do that. And
here's the
everybody
thing.
was like, what the hell?
You're supposed to have these scenarios running through your head all the time before the games even happen so that you know what to do when these situations happen. And I know they do this kind of stuff. You run these drills like, what happens if this happens? This is what we do. In that situation, and I'm sure if they go back and look at it, they would probably agree, I hope. In that situation, you're at the 9-yard line. You go, you know what? We're not spiking the ball. We're not doing that. We're going to let this bitch go down to 2 seconds, and then we are going to call timeout, and he is going to kick it from the right hash mark. I don't care if he's more comfortable from somewhere else. It's at the 9-yard line, which makes it like a 27-yard kick. I don't know, 28-yard kick. It doesn't matter. It's a chip shot for a preschooler. We're going to do it right there. We're not moving it back 7 seconds. We're not going to add 3 or 4 minutes to ice our own kicker because that's essentially what it did, in my opinion. I saw, let's line it up in the middle for him. All that. The whole time, what do you think Matt Gay's doing on the sideline? He's sweating his gay balls off. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, God, all right, okay, well, they put it in the middle for me. 7 yards back.
Well, here's the thing, too, that I had noticed, and kind of a side note. When Jameis had taken that ball and, kneeled, he went all the way to the left hash mark where Gay said he was most comfortable, and he went down, and then the referee spotted it right in the middle. I don't know where the miscommunication was on that, but it was just something that I thought
they were trying to go in the middle there.
I thought he was on the left. I don't know. Maybe it was the angle.
Yeah, even Bruce Arians said, and Jameis said in the press conference, I was spotting it in the middle.
Gotcha.
That's where.
Okay.
So either way, it doesn't matter if you're an NFL kicker from that distance. It doesn't matter if it's on the right, left, if it's from the bathroom. You should be able to nail that kick. It's ridiculous. All right, let's go to one of our professional NFL pundits on the street. Daniel, what's up?
Hey, Johnny, how you doing?
Good, man.
I seen that quarterback draw all the way, too, just like you did. But the thing that got me was the 9-yard line, delay a game, and then kneel 3 yards back further than that.
Mm-hmm.
With, you still had a timeout. You still could have ran one more play.
I don't run one more play.
Or just run it, or just kick it from the 9.
I run one more play.
Why take the penalty and then kneel it 4 yards back when he's missed extra points already earlier in the day?
It doesn't make sense. I know, dude. I know.
And most teams that have a big lead at halftime, they stink it up in the third, fourth quarter, and it comes down to
Not good teams. Teams like the Patriots stomp your throat and they keep the pedal down and they beat you to death. That's what teams like that do. That's what the Cowboys do. That's what winning franchises do. You don't sit around and lollygag for 2 quarters. You go out there and you chop their heads off. You kill them. That's what you do. This is not a game for the meek. You go out there and you try to destroy them, especially in your home stadium where more of their fans are cheering than ours.
And that is pitiful.
Jerks.
That
Thanks, Daniel.
pissed me off more than anything
Me too,
from the
man.
game on Sunday. Was looking, and you could hear it on the TV broadcast.
I know. I turned the volume down for a while. I couldn't deal with it. I could not deal with it at all. Plus, Chris Myers was pissing me off too, and then I try to listen to the radio broadcast. And I got senile Gene on there, I love the guy; he's a legend. But God, fire the cannon.
Can I? My meltdown was actually about football in general. No.
You hate Gene Deckerhoff?
No, I don't hate Gene.
What did he do to you?
I love Gene Deckerhoff.
Jesus, dude.
But you're right. Sometimes he's getting a little hard to listen to. I don't understand these fans, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's mostly Patriots fans that have done this. I got into it with somebody the other night about, they said, why are you still cheering for teams that suck? They're like, have you ever thought about rooting for a team that doesn't suck year in and year out? And it baffled me because I've never heard anybody say that before.
Oh, I have.
And
Oh, yeah.
I don't get that. Now, granted, again, it's from a Patriots fan. They've been used to winning, forever, since millennials were born.
But Patriot fans my age, they remember back in the day when they sucked out loud and they couldn't fill half their stadium back in the day.
And that's my stepdad. My stepdad, around a similar age, he tells me all the time. He's like, I remember when the Pats sucked and they let me down all the time. So, they definitely had to go through their fair share if they've been around for a long enough.
If you jump ship just because your team's been out, guys, we're Tampa Bay sports fans. We've been fans of bad teams for a long time.
Dude, I have a Rowdy's tattoo on my back.
Do you?
No.
Oh. Okay. I don't know another market where all 3 of your professional teams have been bad at the same time. I can't think of one off the top of my head, except for Tampa. I mean, the 90s were not a good decade, except for the late 90s with the Bucs. But most of the 90s were not good if you were a Tampa Bay
up to 1996, but there was 14 years in that stretch where we didn't make the playoffs. And now
the Bolts were awful.
We're at almost 12 years now without a playoff appearance. And it's been since 2003 Super Bowl years, 2002 since we won a playoff game. So it's really bad.
I'll say this about the Bucs: we're 1-2. Our season is most definitely not over.
No.
We can't look at it like that, and the only thing we can do right now is mentally prepare ourselves the best that we can, because you know who we're facing next week in their hometown? The NFC champions.
Yeah, the Los Angeles Rams, who, by the way, have two of the best defensive linemen in the game right now. They are ranked as far as QB pressures. Of course, we have the number one defensive lineman.
You're damn right
linebacker.
we do.
Shaq Barrett is leading the league in defensive pressures and quarterback pressures and sacks. But they have Aaron Donald and Fowler that are both in the top, I think, 7 or 8 in the
well,
same
Aaron
category.
Donald, arguably the best defensive lineman in the NFL right now. And a lot of people have made the argument that he's not who he was last year because he doesn't have Ndamukong Suh next to him.
Yeah, they're idiots.
That argument can be made,
Yeah,
but
they're
he's
morons.
still Aaron Donald, and he's still going to eat your lineman alive.
That's like saying Warren Sapp wasn't as good if it was Booger McFarland or Brad Culpepper. Shut up.
Right.
Just shut up. The guy is a generational player, and he might be as good as Warren Sapp or better before his career is over with. So, all right, we gotta pick our winners for the Rams game. We got to pick our score and our MVP. And I'm very sad to think where these predictions might go. So let's start with the person that knows the most. Anna,
Glad you asked.
we play the Rams at 4 o'clock this
I'm
Sunday.
aware. Against the Los Angeles Rams.
Who is the starting quarterback for the Los Angeles Rams, Anna Hummel?
Same as
We've mentioned him quite often on this show.
Oh, yeah, man. Very handsome guy. Very, very, very good at football.
Dante.
Nope. All right. What's the score, Anna?
Unfortunately, I have the Bucs predicted to lose again. This will be the final score now. Rams.
She's squinting, and her face looks like she's taking a
Thinking
poop.
really hard.
Big poop.
It's going to be 28 to. It's going to be a close game.
You know, we got-
17.
28-7. That's not close.
Well, it could be worse. It could be 28 to like 4.
11 points.
It'll
28
come down to a wire.
To 17. All right, that's the game. Rams victory.
Who's going to be the MVP?
On what team? On the Rams?
Obviously. All right, perfect.
Torrance.
Yep. Ryan?
Yeah, I don't see the Bucs winning this one. I'm gonna say Rams 21-14, and yeah, I just think Jared Goff goes off on our secondary, so he's the MVP.
Golf goes off. All right. Rhett?
I don't see this being a relatively high-scoring game. Not as high as the Giants game was.
Of course.
But I also see the Cleveland Browns, who just held the Rams to 20 points. I will say 28-24 Rams.
All right. Guys, this is going to blow your damn mind.
You're voting against the Bucs.
No.
What?
No.
Shocking the world.
I don't. If you go back and look, Bruce Arians doesn't lose a lot of back-to-back games. I think they bounce back and shock the NFL next week. And this isn't just me being a homer. I've done a lot of thinking about this for the last 3 or 4 hours. And I like the matchups for us. I think it is a low-scoring game, lower than you estimated.
Okay.
I am guessing, and this is an educated guess, a hypothesis, if you will. I say the Bucs are going to pull this off, and it is going to be 16-13. Matt Gay winning field goal, and it will be a 55-plus yard field goal for the win. And he will not be wearing those stupid neon yellow shoes.
That was my follow-up question. Is he going to show up in those nasty neon green cleats that
No,
he
he will
decided
not.
to wear for some reason and
No
didn't
way.
take them off at halftime?
Ugh, gross. Hey, guys, look at my dumb feet that can't make a field goal.
Better burn those things.
Not the shoes, his actual feet. He should burn them. All right. So there you go. That's all of our predictions. Hopefully it will come true. Look, no reason to let this loss and even this horrible start to the season get you down, guys. Like we said, it is still very early in the season. Everybody, unless your team's 0-3, that's pretty bad. You're really up against it. if we somehow get through this long stretch of away games, including our home away game, and even come close to being 500, you know, I'm doing this week to week. That's how I'm playing the season out. You know, if we're
You sound like you're in severe denial right now. That's what it sounds like to me.
I love my team,
I
even
know
though
you do,
they
but
hurt me.
Can't you just love losing? Can't you just enjoy that?
No.
I wish I could.
Look, being a Bucs fan like we are, it's like being in a horrible abusive marriage, right?
So
And
leave.
You can't. You're too invested, right? Like you have kids together. Like her parents have money and they're old, so you know they're gonna croak one day and leave you guys something maybe. Right? There's that hope way off in the distance, right? You don't want to give up because you love her, even
But
though she's
sometimes if you love something, you have to let it go.
That's a stupid meme. So, yeah, so even though she's a raging lunatic, alcoholic, mean lady, right? And she's ugly at times, like, like the fat chick that keeps flying to Nigeria on 90 Day Fiancé, like that ugly, right?
Well, why don't you just lower your expectations? And that way you don't have to be disappointed every week. You know? So just be like, listen, we lost, but we didn't lose as bad as we thought we were. Yay, win! Happy day. Instead of being sad every single Monday or whatever the following day after a game is, you know, just be happy.
Oh, boy. For all the people listening on the Cannon Fire podcast, I apologize for letting that into your podcast realm, but thank you anyway for listening to the Bucs Break with the award-winning Rhett Matthew. Keep downloading the Cannon Fire podcast. If you haven't subscribed, then subscribe. It's on all the platforms, including YouTube, where you can see this guy's beautiful ginger face. Rhett, thanks, dude, once again for doing this, the Bucs Break. I enjoy doing it with you. It's awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me in, man. It's always a good time talking about this team, win, lose, or draw.
Hopefully, we'll be talking about a shocking victory on the West Coast.
Probably not.
We got to take a break. When we come back, we have hip-hop legends Mike Mass and Perception in studio. It's a Johnny B Show.